Hi, this is Dr. Anna Maria Helt, herbalist and microbiologist here with Basmati.com. And this week I'm going to talk about an herb called Meadowsweet. And it's pretty easy to grow in most temperate parts of the world. It's a shrub that'll even grow here in Durango at 6,500 feet. It'll be a little smaller, but the medicine will actually be a little stronger. And so the botanical name is Filipendula ulmaria. And it's one of the plants where salicylates, which are basically aspirin, were first discovered. And so a lot of the traditional uses of this herb are the same uses one would employ aspirin for. But the difference is that meadowsweet does not upset your stomach the way that an unbuffered aspirin can. And in fact, meadowsweet is traditionally used for all sorts of issues in the stomach and throughout the digestive system. And so one of the traditional uses has been for acid reflux. And so the herb acts to kind of put out that fire up in the esophagus, but it is also thought to act in terms of balancing stomach acid production. Meadowsweet has also traditionally been used for gastric and duodenal ulcers, and so the duodenum is a very high up part of the small intestine that is linked to the stomach, and there is a tendency for some people to develop ulcers either there or in the stomach, and so meadowsweet is used specifically for that, whereas on the other hand, aspirin has been associated with stomach upset and such, at least unbuffered aspirin, because of the chemistry. But as with many plants, meadowsweet clearly has other components in it that seem to be acting as a buffer system. And so other traditional uses for meadowsweet moving down the digestive tract include inflammatory type bowel issues. And so that's another place where herbalists will employ meadowsweet. And for basically discomfort and pain in the digestive system. Now, here's the thing. If you've got serious pain going on in the digestive system, go in and see your doctor. And, if you're having uncomfortable symptoms and things like that, that you've not noticed before in your digestive system that are new, go in and get checked out. Go in and see your doctor, get scoped, whatever they want to do to make sure that there's nothing serious going on. But for many simple, not dangerous issues, this herb can be really a lifesaver in many ways. And so it's an herb that I use very frequently in my practice because a lot of folks have digestive stuff going on. Part of it might simply be crappy diet. A lot of us are on the go and we're just inhaling whatever's convenient. Or even if you're eating healthy foods, you're on the go and you're inhaling it. And so we're not digesting it really well. That can lead to digestive upset and inflammation in the digestive system and such. And, while really we need to change that behavior, meadowsweet can at least help provide a little bit of comfort there. So it's frequently in formulas that I use for supporting people with digestive stuff going on. And it's lived up to its tradition and reputation in my hands. Now, meadowsweet is also used, as I mentioned at the very beginning, for other things that aspirin is used for. And so herbalists will use it for things like muscle and joint aches. And such, and also for urinary tract issues, and so discomfort and such in the urinary tract. Meadowsweet is reached for that. Now, if you do have a UTI, you want to be giving that the proper treatment. You don't just want to cover up symptoms, but this herb could potentially be part of that plan. And so another use for meadowsweet that may be not as well known, or perhaps it is as a flavoring. And so it used to be at least a popular flavoring for certain alcoholic beverages, especially in places like the UK. And there are still products available there that have meadowsweet as a flavoring in it. And so it's a really useful herb. It's pretty easy to grow. It does have some mild antimicrobial effects for things like, urinary tract stuff, digestive tract stuff, where unwanted critters are getting a foothold. But I don't really feel that it's a standalone herb for those sorts of things. And so it's an easy herb to get at an herb shop. Even a lot of health health food stores will have it. If you live in North America, it's not really a plant that you're going to encounter out in the wild unless it's a garden escapee, maybe near a town or something like that. But it's a common garden plant because it's actually a really beautiful shrub. And in Europe, it's not an uncommon component of hedgerows and such. So it is easy to grow, but it's very easy to find, either at your local herb shop or online from a trusted source. And you can get a hold of it either as a liquid extract, which is how I tend to use it, or you can also use it as a tea. That's another great way to do it, whichever way you're most likely to get it down. And with that, I'm going